Hi, and welcome back to Neisha's Cuisine. I hope you are doing okay today. Today we are doing a Neisha's Cuisine cakes, and more cakes. So today I'll be showing you how to take one batter and you can do any different varieties of cakes that you want to do today. Always remember Neisha's Cuisine, the first thing always to do is wash your hands. So today I'm going to show you basic batter to do. Cake is always a science. It's like science. You put in one wrong thing, everything is off. So always remember when you're baking to have your recipe close by to make sure that you have every ingredient so you're good to go. I already done my checklist already. I will everything. Normally when I'm doing cakes, I would put the butter and the sugar in and then wheel everything else so that it takes the 15 to 20 minutes to mix. But today I have everything wheeled, so we're going to start. So we're going to mix our cream, which is butter and sugar, until light. So these should be mixing about 15 to 20 minutes. So we're going to get our butter in. Don't remember that the recipe is going to be in the bio there for you. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And always remember to hit the notification button so you get notified when a new episode is out. So once we have that in, we take a spoon and we're going to scrape off the rest of butter. Make sure you just get all the little ends out. And then we're going to add the sugar. Then we're going to start out on a medium first. And then once it gets going, we will and increase it. At this time, we're going to on our oven to 350. And we're just going to let that do for 5 minutes like this. And then you will increase it to mix for 15 to 20 minutes. So after 5 minutes of baking, we just straighten on the sides. 5 minutes of mixing, not baking, mixing. So we just go and be straighten on the sides. And then we raise it to high and we're going to let this do for 15 minutes. So we're going to let that mix for 15 minutes. So after 20 minutes, this is how your batter should be looking after 20 minutes. So we're going to off the batter. And now it says here to add zest. So we have gone ahead and we have zest 1 orange. We add that in there. And now I already went ahead and I whisk the eggs. I crack the eggs and I whisk them and I strain them. So we're going to add these eggs in portions. We're not going to add all one time. Just let this combine. You're going to add in a next portion. You don't put in all one time. So now we're gonna add our essence. Today I am using almond and dark vanilla. And before you make sure that once the eggs have to be combined first into the mixture before you add the second portion, the next portion, okay? So you go ahead and we add some more egg. After realizing that your mixture have a little curdles like this, what you do, you go ahead and you just add some flour. So we just have like, yeah, 2 more droppings of eggs to go in. Here it goes again, pouring a next set of the egg mixture. And we're going to add a little bit flour. Remember, it's always good item, don't try all the egg mixture one time because then it'll be too liquidy. You have to take your time. Cake is like, you know, caring for a baby. You cannot just do it. It's not a quick thing, but it takes time to do the batter. Adding the eggs and stuff like that, you do it one at a time because you don't want it all over. So just remember, it's taking your time. It's nothing, you know, it's not going to take a whole day to make cakes. Once you get really good at it, it's not going to be that hard. So we just have here 1 more portion of egg after this one mixing to put in. So we'll go ahead now and we will add the last slowly, make sure slowly. And we're going to add some more flour. And we're just going to let that mix there for you. So after your batter is finished mixed, we remove it from the bowl. Make sure that everything scrape. At this point, I like to take out the beaters first, but I don't like a mess. Just shake off the excess. And we take the batter and we just place it into a bowl. Make sure you just scrape everything out from your bowl. And now we go ahead and we add our next ingredients, and this time these are the ones that you'll be mixing it by hand. So the next ingredients are flour, spice, and baking powder. So you're going to add, not all at once, some flour. You're going to add in the spices, some nutmeg, and some cinnamon, and the baking powder good to go. We're going to go ahead and we're going to incorporate all of this. We're going to do this to just incorporate. We're going to add in the flour, and then we're going to add in some milk. Milk is optional, but I will go ahead and add it in. So now we have half of our flour in. We're going to add some milk. If you have a hand mixer, it'd be fine just to do it. But sometimes I like to use the spoon to do it. Okay, once that's good, we're going to add in some more flour. And we're going to keep mixing so everything is incorporated. And once you get this all finished up and mixed, you're going to be really happy with yourself, you know. You have cakes. I know a lot of people nowadays just go and buy cakes and stuff, but it's nothing like a homemade cake. So we're incorporating everything into this batter. So this one batter, you can do whatever cakes that you want to do. So today I'm going to do a plain cake, a chocolate cake, and an apple pineapple cake for you guys, okay? I'll be icing, decorating one of my cakes for you, just show you my specialty today. So we're going to go ahead, get the pan spread, and then we're going to parcel this out, and we're going to show you how to mix the rest of the cakes for you. So for the chocolate cake, I know a lot of people use cocoa, but when I'm doing my chocolate cake, I just like to use semi-sweet chocolate chips. Make sure that the bowl don't have any water inside of it. I'm going to put a cup to 2 of the chocolate inside to melt. I actually do like, I guess that one wants to go in also. Just a few. So you're going to put this into the microwave and you're going to put it 30 seconds at a time. You don't want it to burn. So we'll go ahead. 30 seconds. So after the 30 seconds, we check it. So I know people will say just put it to a minute, but you don't want the chocolate to burn. So we do 30 seconds at a time for the chocolate, okay? So while the chocolate is doing, we got to keep our eyes on the chocolate. We can't just go ahead and do something else because you know the chocolate is very quickly to burn. But while that's keep doing, we're going to prepare for our next cake, which is the apple pineapple cake for you. Let's get our apples. So after your chocolate is finished, we're going to place it into the cake. Then we're going to go ahead and just combine all of that in. It's smelling lovely already. So once you have that in, now this is my last little trick here that I always do. So you add that in, I'm just going to put some there, double chocolate. And here you have your first cake, chocolate cake. So we're going to put that into the pan. Just make sure it all combine in. Now make sure you have all your batter out. That's it. And then good to go. We're going to go on to our next cake now for you. So for our pineapple apple cake, we have our pineapples and we have 3 apples. 2 we're going to mix, 1 we're going to chop out and put in. So we put our 2 apples inside the food processor. We're going to take half of the pineapples, put in a little syrup. And we're going to go ahead and mix this up here for you. So once everything gets a mixing up, this is supposed to look, and trust me, it smells good. You can use any apple you like, but I like the mixture of the golden apple. Put our mixture inside. So we're gonna add the whole pineapples. Inside. We're going to add some apples inside also. All this here just for the texture. Now we have it all there. We're going to go ahead and we're just mixing everything. So our pineapple apple cake, we're going to do it in 2 half pans. You know, that way it bakes evenly and it bakes quicker. So you go ahead and fill the 2 pans there for you. Last, least, easiest is the vanilla cake. So with this batter, you can actually do anything that you want. Any cake, any creation, anything. So we just go ahead and we put our batter, which is our vanilla matter, inside. So we're going to get ready to put them in the oven, but just make sure that you beat out the air from them. So we're going to put them in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes. Make sure you don't slam the oven. Hit the oven light so you can see the cakes. So now that the cakes are done, we're going to get ready to do our marshmallow fondant that's going to go on top of the cakes for you. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself prepared to do that. So for your marshmallow fondant, you need marshmallow, icing sugar, and some water. So we go ahead, put our marshmallows in. You don't pull it to the top. The rest we can use into a dish for you. So that should be good. Then you're gonna add some water. The recipe for this will also be into the bio. And we put it in the microwave 30 seconds at a time. So this is how your marshmallows should look once they come out of the microwave. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do the icing sugar. Don't put all in one time, put a cup in at a time. And take our time and we're just gonna mix this in. Remember, this is hot. You don't want to get it on your hand. Gonna take our time. I'm gonna mix in. Once the first cup is all dissolved, you're good to go again. The consistency that you're looking for is like a ball. I'm going to show you once we get there. And remember, you always do this 24 hours before if you're doing cakes to put it in the fridge, but I'm just going to show you how one is done. So once it gets to this consistency here, we're going to go ahead and it's going to time to do it with your hand. So you're going to spray some palm on it so it won't be really too sticky. I'm going to go ahead and add in our icing sugar. This time we're going to take out our spoon. This is where your hand goes in. And you just kneel it in. By this time it is cool, so your hand could go in it, and just make sure that you have on a glove on your hand when you're kneeling it, because you don't want all the stickiness from the marshmallows go on your hand. And we're just going to go ahead and finish making this into a ball for you. So this is the consistency here that you're looking for. You see, just like this. It's not sticking or anything like that. So after you've done kneeling into a ball, make sure you get it just like this, and you rest it into the fridge for 24 hours, and then it's good to use. I already make one. I already have some in the fridge already that I'm going to be using. I was just showing you all how to make fondant. You can put it in a Ziploc bag, or you can do it with plastic wrap, but Ziploc bags are much better than plastic wrap, and you just rest it in the fridge for 24 hours. So we're just here waiting for the cakes to finish, and then once the cakes finish and cool, I'm going to show you when the cakes are finished. Once they're cool, we'll go ahead and ice them for you. So once the cakes are finished, oh, you're looking so perfect. You just rest on one side to cool. So once the cake's cool, we will go ahead and ice them for you. So once they're cool, we'll go ahead and ice them for you. So now that our cakes are cool, we'll go ahead and ice them for you. the cake that we're going to ice in today is a pineapple apple cake for you. So we're going to go ahead and get to that. So we're going to put some butter. Get the butter all in. Go ahead and smooth that in. So once that is all smooth in, we're going to go ahead now. I have had my apple soaking in the pineapple juice, so we're going to go ahead and put that onto the cake. Once it gives us a little slice, it's going to get all in the middle, and then we're going to put our top half of the cake on top. There we go. And we just get a spoon and we just drizzle a little bit of the pineapple syrup on top. Now we get our next cake. And we just place it on top. Voila! Perfect! Then we go ahead and we put the butter on the sides. We're going to do the sides first, and then we're going to do the top after. So now that the sides is all finished up here, we're going to go ahead and do the top here for you. All of this is just that you're making sure this that when you put the fondant on, that it holds on. If I was doing the covering this with buttercream, after the first set, I would put it in the fridge and let it rest for 10 minutes into the fridge, and then we put on the next set of buttercream here. But this recipe for the buttercream is going to be in the bio also. So we're going to go ahead and get the top going. I always make sure when you're doing it, have a plate there, like any excess that you have right there, you can just onto the plate. So just make sure it's all smooth out. So we don't want it to be lumpy when we are putting on the fondant, guys. Do the top piece here. So, oh crap. Let's bring it in here. So we're going to set this aside here. I'm going to get ready to do our fondant. So if you're going to get the fondant, just make sure that you take an extra tissue and to just, I know it looks dry already, but just take up any stuff that's there. Get some icing sugar. Put some icing sugar down. I know it looks like a lot of icing sugar, but you don't want the fondant to be sticking to the cup onto the surface. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to roll out our fondant, our marshmallow fondant. So we're going to do this into a circle so that it should cover the cake. Always make sure that when you're doing it, that you're lifting as you go up. And making sure that the fondant is not sticking. So you just give it a nice lift like that. Circle off the top. And you just continue rolling. So once the fondant is finished rolled out, you take 2 hands under and you just put it on, and then you cut off any excess. So once we got our stuff, you can cut off the excess fondant. Go ahead, then give it a smooth out to the top. It's just looking good, and we just go around to the sides and we smooth it out. So now we're going to prepare, we're going to tidy this up here, and we're going to prepare to do our cake. We are doing a pink and blue. So we're going to go ahead and dye. So we are using gel dye, Wilson gel dye. You only need like, because we're doing blue and pink. That should be good. Just rest it right here. Go ahead and we work it in. And we're working this color in. So we finished with our blue, so we're going to rest that one side. Remember, we just do blue, so we got to change our gloves and work here. So take a knife and just scrape up the blue so that we can work with the pink. So, remember, when you're doing anything, always remember to put your gloves on your hands. So we're going to put on our gloves. And then we're going to dye this other one pink. Always remember to use a toothpick when you are dyeing the fondant. So we have our second piece of fondant here. Spread out the icing sugar, and we can get the pink. 1, 2, 3. Looking sexy. And we go ahead and we will mix in this pink one till it becomes like pink like that. So we go ahead and mix that in for you. So we have our 2 fondants, and we're going to get ready to decorate. That's not rolling. So we're going to do our blue fondant first. Same thing, make sure that it don't stick. That one is a little bit too small for me. So we're going to go ahead and make our decorations. So we're going to start with roses. So we're going to cut out our butterflies. And then press it open. And here we go. Some water for the back so that there will stick. And we're gonna go ahead and cover this for you. Pink and blue, rotating. When I'm finished, you'll see how beautiful it looks. So here we have the butterflies going all the way around. So now we're gonna do here, we're gonna do these flowers. Let's see how beautiful that look. And we're gonna go all the way around the top with them. Get the pink one. So sometimes when you're decorating the cake, you always end up changing your mind. I know I had a small ones coming around, but then I just change it. So this is what I come up with. So this is my pineapple apple cake. So we're gonna get a slice now. We go ahead and we're gonna slice. And here you have it. My pineapple apple cake. And I hope you enjoy it. And thanks for joining me today on Neisha's Cuisine. Hope to see you next time. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for my show. Thank you.